Kid question, why didn't people listen when Jesus came? This is a really good question because it's so frustrating, right? It's so hard to watch people. It's almost like watching someone hurt themselves, right? Have you ever had a friend and they're about to like walk into a door, like a glass door, and bonk their nose, and you call out and you're like, no, don't, but then bam, and they didn't. People didn't listen to Jesus even when he was standing right in front of them. I think this question is kind of the same as asking, well, why do people do bad things? I have 4 little boys, and sometimes they'll do something bad, and they know they're not supposed to. They know that, but they do it anyways. And sometimes when I'm really frustrated, I'll say, why did you do that? And they have no idea. Have you ever had that? Where you do something bad and somebody says, why did you do that? And yet, I don't know. I think there's a lot of reasons, but it can be really hard to pin down just one reason that we do bad things. Now, I think there's a lot of reasons that people do bad things, and there probably were a lot of reasons that people didn't listen to Jesus. But I think all the answers, all the reasons have the same root. Behind everything, it all comes down to one question. Do you want to be the boss, or do you want to let God be the boss? Because it's very easy to say, oh no, I definitely want God to be the boss, until we disagree with God, right? It's easy to follow God if what God wants and what I want are the same thing, but it's in the moments when God wants me to do one thing, to behave one way, and I want to do something different, and we have to choose. Am I going to follow God? Am I going to let God be the boss, or am I going to trust myself and try to be my own boss? You see, behind everything in our lives, everything we do, it's always going to come down to my way or God's way. And a lot of us, myself included, we really love our own way. And I think that's why so many people didn't listen to Jesus. Because following Jesus can be really hard. He asks us to do really hard things like loving our enemies, like caring for the poor and being generous and giving up our own life to help other people. It's really challenging, and sometimes I don't want to follow his way. I want to follow my way. And that's when listening to God, it's so hard, but it's so important. Hey, great question. Great question. Keep asking good questions. Even if we don't get the exact answer we're looking for, we can still learn something about who God is. We'll see you next time. Bye.